Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you with my daily theology lesson. The Heavenly Host wants me to, the next 2 days, he wants me to read out of the Quran. So I'm going to start with today with, it's going to be chapter 11, a warning. Here we go. Section 4, verses 36 through 49, the history of Noah. Okay. I didn't reread the chapter ahead of time, but I did. I was prepared for the chapter ahead of time where he wanted me to read. Tomorrow he wants me to read another section out of chapter 11. So I'll leave that for tomorrow. So when the Spirit talks to me, I believe it. I believe it. It has proven to me it's something to believe in. I just want to thank him, because I want the spirit of discernment, I want to get better about that. And I'm just really thankful that I'm able to wake up every day and do this over and keep believing that there's something better, and just, having the will to keep climbing for whatever it is, I'm just thankful that God blessed me with the will to want to succeed, He brought that drive back to me, and I thank him for that. And I feel like I've been under spiritual attack for so long. It just, sometimes I get weary, just fighting, spiritual fights, but because I'm stay with God and then in the Word, I'm able to jump over these hurdles and keep on going anyway. I'm just sad that so many other people are deceived. They think they are deceived when they are. They don't think logically. They're not using their logical mind. And I understand we all get caught up in our emotions sometimes, and we'll let our emotions overtake us. But but when we are in situations where it's not benefiting us, it's no point. If it's all it's doing is just keeping you weighed down, then that's not a good situation to be in at all. And I'm just thankful that I at least have sense for that, Even though I'm single, people bash us single women like we're bad. We're all this and we're all that. And because we're focused and we don't want to settle for less, and people want to find all these things wrong about us. But what's right about us? Can somebody just please tell me what's right about us, though? Evidently, some of us aren't so bad if we have our own properties and we think for ourselves and we have our own source of income and we're down to earth people. We're not out there trying to be with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and we're motivated. But people like that, and we're modest. We don't overdo it. People just go right over at least in my head, all right over my head. To the big button of smile, the big chi-chis and the boo-boo. People get deluded. And I just thank God that he gave me the focus to keep believing in myself. In spite of all this madness, and helping me to cut through all this fog to what's real. I'm glad I have choices. I want other people to have choices. I choose to study the Word because it keeps me grounded, It helps me with my conscious mind, Sometimes my mind can go off, take off with me too, but sometimes you gotta rein your thoughts in if they're not really based on reality, or it's not anything that's tangible. If it's all it is just meaningless thought that never goes anywhere, dreams. This is not a metaverse. I don't live in a metaverse. I'm living in the here and the now. And I'm just thankful that I have an opportunity to wake up and be peaceful and be able to make decisions on how I want to do my day And I feel blessed for that, you know. But I do want to give a shout out to all of those who are suffering in conflicts all over this world. All over this world. And I pray for peace for this world. That we stop all of this warmonger. You know, it makes me sad that people are traumatized and in turmoil and afraid and fearful and being taken advantage of in the disguise of war when it's bullies and bad guys. It's a bunch of bullies and bad guy thugs want to commit criminal activities. That's how I see it. And for us to sponsor that kind of stuff is ridiculous. And we need to take a look at all of those behaviors. If we're setting out to hurt somebody, there's something wrong with that. If we can't lift people up, but you're tearing people down, there's something wrong with that. People need to come back to logic and common sense. Come back, get out of a metaverse, you know, in your mind. It's sad. Section 4, History of Noah. And it was revealed, and this is out of the Quran talking about Noah, okay? Noah from the Bible, the Old Testament Noah, same Noah. Same Noah. Out of Quran. Okay? Okay, people? Don't get your undies in a bunch. It's the same Noah. And it was revealed to Noah, none of thy people will believe except those who have already believed. So grieve not at what they do. I'm going to stop grieving for people. That's what he's saying. I am. I feel bad for the people that is the innocent people. You monsters and bullies and bad guys and wizards and warlocks and witches. I don't feel bad for you, what's coming for you. I do not. I do not. If you're on the wrong side of things. If you're on the wrong side of things. If you're not using what you have for good, then you're a bully and bad guy too. If you're a manipulator and a schemer, you probably might be a bully and a bad guy. And make the ark under our eyes in our revelation, and speak not to me on behalf of those who are unjust. Surely they will be drowned. It's been raining around here. Let me read that again. And make the ark under our eyes in our revelation, and speak not to me on behalf of those who are unjust. God saying, don't pray for them, those bullies and bad guys anymore. Don't pray for them bullies and bad guys, because they're unjust. Surely they will be drowned. Don't believe. You don't have to believe. I choose to believe. He began to make the ark, and whatever the chiefs of his people, and he began to make the ark, and whatever the chiefs of his people passed by him, they laughed at him. He said, if you laugh at us, surely we too laugh at you as you laugh at us. So everybody's laughing at each other. Ha, ha, ha. Look at Noah building an ark to be safe just in case. I'd rather be just in case instead of not prepared. They're laughing at me. And so he started laughing at them. Because when it starts raining, you ain't getting in. When it starts raining, you will not be getting in. So you shall know who it is on whom will come at a chastisement. Let me say that again. So you shall know who it is on whom will come a chastisement which will disgrace him, and whom a lasting chastisement will fall. A lasting chastisement. And you'll be a disgrace. And it will last. And you're gonna fall. At least when our commandment came, a water gushed forth from the valley. He said, carry in it two of all things. Carry in two of all things, huh? The same note from the Bible. A pair in thine own family, except those against whom the word was already gone forth, and those who believe. And there believed not with him but a few. His family believed him. Evidently. Then nobody else. Don't look like it. So he got two other animals. Two, male and female. Or whatever animals made it on there. He said, embark in it in the name of Allah, but it's sailing and it's anchoring. Let me say that again. And he said, embark in it in the name of Allah, be it sailing and it's anchoring. Surely my Lord is forgiving, merciful. Well, they on the ark, I don't know. Just, he's forgiving, merciful. If he ain't came and got you, you might want to try to start calling out to him. And believe. Believe. Don't just call out to him and you don't believe. Believe it. Ask him to come into your life, your heart. He will. If you for real. And it moved on him with them amid waves like mountains. And Noah called out to his son, and he was aloof. O my son, embark with us, and be not with the disbelievers. Well, some of us have family members like that, Don't believe in us. I mean, it can happen, right? I know one side of my family didn't believe in me, didn't want me. Live with that. Live with that. He said, I will betake myself a refuge to a mountain that will save me from the water. He said, there is none safe today from Allah's command, but he on whom he has mercy. This is very plain. That's why he wanted me to read out of the Quran, because the Quran is easy to read. It's easier to read. And it's in Arabic too. It's a translated too, but the texts are easier to read than the King James. This thouist and all this. I'm just saying. It's relevant, but I'm just saying it's harder to read. That translation. That's some hundreds of years ago. I don't think when they translated it. There are lots of translations, but that's one of the standard ones that people use is the King James. Let me just start. And he said, I will betake myself a refuge to a mountain that will save me from the water. He said, there is none safe today from Allah's command, but he on whom he has mercy. And a wave intervened between them, so he was among the drowned. His son. See, God will get you to a place where he don't warn you and warn you and warn you. The heavenly hosts and stuff, they will warn us and warn us and warn us. Me too. Warn us and 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 give us opportunities to make, better choices. We all make mistakes. I'm not trying to act like I'm floating on a cloud. No, I'm not. I've made lots of mistakes. But mostly I try to listen to God. I'm not rigid. I like to have fun and party just like anybody. You know? I do. But I know I have to cut it off. I can't just every day be in party mode. There's a time and a place for everything. Do I love? Yes, I do. I love D. I do. You know, what I do on YouTube is for marketing because I'm building my business and it's going to be connected to the other things that I do. You know? But I'm getting a handle on, I'm starting off on something that I can do now that is within my means and getting ahead of things, you know, as I walk my path. But I believe in God. I've been believing in God. And even when I was a child, I believed in Him. In spite of my faults, and I was a little hellcat. I still am. But I believe in God. The bad guys, they're hellcats. They don't believe in God. They believe in the dark, Iblis, Satan, whatever you want to call him. You know, there's lots of names for him too. But I'm not setting out to try to hurt anybody. I'm trying to help people. If I do anything, I hurt myself. I don't try to hurt other people. Now, I will get away from people that I don't feel have my best interests at heart. If they're not on the same wavelength I am or higher, and their consciousness isn't, if their consciousness is if they don't have the right consciousness for me, I can't be around people like that because I don't live a dysfunctional life. And I don't want somebody coming in, you know, knocking me off of balance. I'll never let anybody do that to me again. Ever. I will never give up my power like that. I will seek God first. I'm going to seek God first in everything that I do from here on out. If nobody can mesh with that, that's their problem. I'm going to stay with God and believe because He closes the door. You see, He said He closed the door. He couldn't get on the ark, His own son. He had to let His own son drown. That's horrible. Because that's because the son didn't believe. That's one family member that didn't believe. That, you know, it happens. It can happen. God forbid. But God's giving us examples. This is the Quran talking about the Bible. Same story in the Bible. So there shouldn't be any confusion between the religions. I can't see anything to support. Why? Why? I can't find anything to support that there's a, you know, that they should be against each other, fighting. That there shouldn't be any difference. It's just a continuation. Different people come at different times in history. That don't mean we just exclude what they have to say. If it's something that's positive that's going to help us, you know. But the principles of God are the same. Be good, love, you know, peace, not war. Same principles. The basic cores are the same. But there's a consequence when we don't believe in God and we ridicule people. We're not supposed to ridicule people. They ridiculed Noah, laughing at him and stuff. So what if he was building a boat? Who cares? He was prepared just in case. He's like, I'm going to do this. But he made sure, just in case it was real. The other people, not being prepared. It don't pay to not be prepared. It does not. It doesn't. And people laugh at people who are ready. Then, because they didn't move on it at the right time, they move on their blessing and their help at the right time. People couldn't get on the ark when it was flooding. They could not get on the ark because it was too late. It was too late. This is God talking. Now, this is God. I'm reading the word. I'm reading it. That's why I'm glad I'd rather stay to myself where I have peace instead. I'm not going to let myself be around somebody that's fickle and they can't even get a hold of their own emotions. I'm refuse because it's too much in your head. If people would live outside themselves some, then they do better. You know, a lot of people living in la la land, all this metaverse and you know, the computer information systems has been good up to a point that people done got so caught up they forgetting that that's not reality. You still have to function on a physical plane. People need to get their mind straight. And all this Harry Potter stuff that got people so caught up, they got too caught up. I'm not saying it's not fun. It's fun. Yeah, the movies are fun. The book or whatever you want to say, I'm sure you enjoyed that. So don't come at me, whoever. It's just a figure of speech. People getting too much into the dark arts and you don't know what you're doing. You think you do, but you don't. There's levels of this crap, man. And if you're going to call down some spirits, you better be calling down some heavenly hosts for protection. The dark spirits they're gonna deceive you. That's what's gonna happen. Let me go on. And it was said, O earth, swallow thy water, and O cloud, clear away. And the water was made to abate, and the affair was decided, and it rested on the Judai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Please forgive me if I'm not. And it was said, away with the iniquitous people. Iniquitous is the bad people, the bad guys, okay? Away with the iniquitous people, okay? He's been warning everybody, so I don't have any remorse. I don't feel bad for the iniquitous people at all. I feel bad for the people that y'all have hurt, the innocent people. I feel bad for them. I grieve for them, not you. Because God had me come out and try to talk to everybody on both sides, the good and the bad. The message isn't just for good people, okay? It's to gain people for the Lord, for his army. And Noah cried to his Lord and said, my Lord, surely my son is of my family, and thy promise is true, and thou art the justice of the judges. That's rough, man. He said, O Noah, he is not of thy family. He is an embodiment of the unrighteous conduct. So ask not of me that of which thou hast no knowledge. I'm sorry, let me repeat that. So ask not of me that of which thou hast no knowledge. I admonish thee I admonish thee lest thou be of the ignorant. That's a rough day right there. I'm just reading the word. I just am asking anybody that hears me right now to just in case, come to God. Just in case. Nobody's telling you to be perfect. Nobody. You aren't. None of us are. I'm not. I'm a rootin' tootin' cowgirl sometimes, so what? I don't try to hurt anybody. And I love God. I just happen to love God. I'm not trying to mistreat nobody. I'm trying to lift people up, not tear them down. That's the difference. But bad guys, you got a chance to change. Deal with your consequence and move on and love God from here on out. And stop hurting people. He said, my Lord, I seek refuge in thee from asking of thee that of which I have no knowledge. And unless thou forgive me and have mercy on me, I shall be of the losers. Well, he's like, Lord, I'm sorry, pretty much, and forgive me. Cause he don't want to be no loser. I sure don't want to be no loser. I'm not gonna be a loser. I'm not a loser. I might be a loser when it comes to men choosing other women over me all the time. And then when it don't work out, they want to try to run to me back to me like I don't understand what they did. And then I'm not really interested. You know? That's the only time I lose is when it comes to relationships. But I plan to be a winner, though. I am going to be a winner. So I keep hope alive because I love God. I just know that those people just weren't for me. But then they end up stalking me after they messed up. And then it becomes creepy. I'm like, well, you made the choice to choose someone else. So that's fine. I just accepted and move on with my life. That's the only place I'm a loser in my life is when it comes to relationships. But you know what? I'm gonna be a winner because guess what? I'm with God. And He's gonna bring me somebody that's gonna be stable and understand me. It was said, "Oh Noah, descend with peace from us and blessings on thee and on nations springing from those with thee. And there are nations whom we afford provisions, then a painful punishment from us afflicts them." Abundance in the nations, and then, they have everything, all the provisions, all of this is what I'm getting out of it. Then a painful punishment afflicts them. Probably because they were a wicked people. Living for the here and the now. And what you can do that. You can do that. We all have an opportunity and a choice, We do. God gives us a choice. And once you make that choice, be willing to deal with it. Don't go running back for something you left. Because you see that it was probably the better choice in the first place, but you chose the alternative. You edified and lifted up the alternative. I'm with God, and I'm just thankful that He is with me. And I love Him. And I'm peaceful, and I'm happy, and I'm joyful, and I'm hopeful, and I'm dependable, and I'm reliable, and I'm self-sufficient, and I love God, and I'm disciplined, but I'm human, so I make mistakes, and I fall short sometimes, but I just ask God forgiveness, and then I just move on, pick myself back up. And these are announcements relating to the unseen, which we reveal to thee. Thou didst not know them, neither thou nor thy people before this. So be patient. Surely the good end is for the dutiful. Thank you, Father. Let me read that last sentence. Surely good end is for the dutiful. And I know that I will prevail. He wants me to read this next chapter tomorrow. I'll deal with that tomorrow. I'm thankful that I'm with Him. I'm just asking you, if you hear me, pray to God and ask forgiveness for your mistakes, Come to Him. You don't have to be perfect. None of us are. But you need to love God. And you need to just try to be a better person. Just take it one step at a time, Nobody says you got to change everything all at one time. That's not realistic. It takes time to change old habits sometimes, I understand that. Been there and done it. I'm just thankful that He brought me to a place to where I started caring more about myself. Even though I cared about myself before, but He helped me care even more about myself, which has, elevated my spirits. It's lifted my spirits up, and it makes it easier for me to deal with the complications and the disappointments in life, and looking at the situations as as learning lessons and ways to grow, to become better. You know, what can I do to become better within myself? And I deal with whatever the issues are, that the emotion that's coming up, you know. So I'm thankful that God blessed me to be able to do that in a healthy way. And I just thank him, you know. I'm very blessed. I want everyone to be blessed, you know. I do want to send out prayers, for, like I said, for all of those who are in conflict, you know, all over this world, and being taken advantage of and mistreated. You know, I just ask God's mercy over their lives. Anyway, I want you to remember to smile this day anyway, and reach out to one person at a time, one person at a time, one person at a time. Okay?